In this week's Blizz Pro Weekly, new Blood Elf models see a delay in Warlords, details on character transfers that are coming to Diablo for consoles, Blizzard listens to the Heroes of the Storm community, Curse of Naxxramas Quarter opens, and who is the newest member of the Hearthstone community team. Hey everybody, welcome to the newest episode of Blizz Pro Weekly. As always, I'm your very excited and goateed right now host, Chris the Beard Arnone. Now before we get into any news, guess what? We have 20 Warlords of Draenor beta keys to give away. Alright, Blizzard has been stingy with Warlords beta keys this time around after learning their lessons from the floodgates they opened with Mists of Pandaria beta and making it available for anyone who purchased the annual pass. However, Blizzard has been nice enough to give Blizz Pro 100 keys, and we're going to give 20 of them away right here on the show. So what do you do to win? That's easy. There's a link right down in the show notes. It's going to take you to a form. Fill it out. All it's asking for is your YouTube name and your email address. That way we can, email you the key if you win. Once that's done, feel free to, throw up a like, a comment on this video, hit that subscribe button up above. We love it. 20 random winners will be chosen on Sunday, August 10th. For the other 80 keys that we have, check out warcraft.blizzpro.com to find out how you can get a chance to win one of those. Now, let's talk some news for World of Warcraft.
Here's the beef.
So last week we talked about San Diego Comic-Con and the licensed products that were announced there. Several of you asked on our last video why we didn't talk about the movie. Well, it's because when we filmed the show was before they had their panel and any information came out. With that said, Legendary Pictures did have another panel this year to show off their movies, and Warcraft did make an appearance. Fans were shown the animated logo for the movie, and there's a small little mini 10-second clip of it on Legendary's YouTube page. Now, attendees were able to see a small trailer, but like last year, they're awesome, and it's completely been kept from leaking online. Again. Damn it. Now, from the description, though, that people gave, it sounded like the style was a mix between sort of Lord of the Rings and Final Fantasy. And with the movie in post-production, we're guessing they're not showing it to everyone because the polish just isn't there yet. Now, the trailer showed an Alliance character, Lothar, thinking about whether or not protecting the king or not spending time with his son was a foolish thing or not. On the flip side, it showed the orc Dorotan, who is Thrall's father, talking about being a leader and that he's scared to head into the war and also scared to be a father. The trailer was showing emotional struggles on both sides of the war before it hits, and then ends with battles between the two factions. Now, Duncan Jones, the film's director, came on stage and said he's really trying to show that there aren't, just simple black and white good guys and bad guys. That while the orcs are monstrous looking, it doesn't mean they're necessarily evil. It looks like there's a lot of good potential that they're bringing a good feel of the Warcraft universe to the movie screen. Very exciting stuff. Now, senior art director Chris Robinson took to Twitter this week to give some fans a little bit of bad news. Now, we've seen most of the new race models in the game revealed already, but we still haven't seen the Blood Elves. Well, it seems that they have been delayed and will not make the release for Warlords of Draenor. Of course, back at BlizzCon, for some of you remember, were there, Chris Robinson himself said that they would try to get all the classes, and if they have time, they would attempt to get the Blood Elves and Draenei from Burning Crusade. It turns out they don't have that time and are only going to get in one out of the two. But of course, though, people have short memories, so the fans have forgotten what was said, and we're all up in arms. They're taking to the official forums and Twitter, pissed off about how Blizzard isn't meeting their promises and removing features from the expansion they were promised. Yeah, it sucks, but Blizzard isn't abandoning the new models in the game. They'll just be out later in expansion, or hell, maybe even a patch. So, simmer down, hot sauce, back off. It'll come, don't worry. How many of you really play Blood Elves to begin with? I hear things. Alright. So anyway, in other news that surprises no one, Blizzard has revealed that the Alliance bike from Azeroth Choppers will in fact be in the game. However, unlike the Horde bike, it will not be free, but available for gold. No price has been given yet. So if you're really excited about that snowmobile-looking thing that lost, there you have it. Finally, SteelSeries has announced a new version of their Siberia Elite headset. Oh. Now, if you remember, with BlizzCon last year, I talked to SteelSeries, tried this bad boy on. It is the most comfortable headset I've ever put on my ears in my life. Oh my god. But this new iteration has a newly designed mic, boosted speaker drivers, and boasts a more comfortable fit. I can't imagine how, but for those long nights of gaming. Now, the Warlords version will also sport the Warcraft icon on each side of the ear cup, and the Siberia Elite's trademark light accents are going to be arrayed as glowing runes around the ear cups. Now, this headset is copied from their standard Siberia Elite they showed off at BlizzCon last year. We did a quick review. Like I said, it's the most comfortable thing I've ever worn. If you're interested in the review, check the show notes below, and we'll also be getting a review copy of this headset soon, so we'll let you know how these improvements have gone off. Alright, it's a lot of Warcraft stuff, but it's time to talk Diablo.
Stay a while and listen.
Well, it's August now, and that means that Reaper of Souls is coming to consoles this month. Yes! The Ultimate Evil Edition will be releasing for Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS3, and PS4 later this month. Now, we've known about the character transfers for a while, but now we've got some more details. So if you bought Diablo III on the console, you'll be happy to hear about how there's a lot more options than you would have thought for these character transfers. Your Xbox 360 characters will be able to transfer to another the Reaper of Souls 360, Xbox One, or even PS4. Likewise, your PS3 characters can upgrade on PS3, PS4, or Xbox One. So that's a little bit of a surprise. Keep in mind, though, your Diablo 3 characters on 360 cannot transfer to PS3 or vice versa. So pretty much any combination except 7th gen console to 7th gen console. Pretty exciting stuff. That'll do just fine for my PS4. Alright, let's talk Heroes of the Storm. China recently held their largest annual gaming conference this last week called China Joy. Now, the Heroes of the Storm team were on site to show off the game and make a little bitty announcement. Now, we knew before that Chen Stormstout was going to be a hero in Heroes of the Storm, and it was talked about at PAX East along with Kael'thas and Sylvanas. However, we got our first peek at Chen at China Joy, which I think maybe is a little sort of nail on head for Blizzard, but anyway. Chen uses a combination of flying kicks to chase down his opponents, Keg Smash, which can be used as his primary skill, Breath of Fire to deal large amounts of damage. And then his ultimate abilities are Wandering Keg, where he rolls around in a keg and can push enemy heroes around, or you can choose Storm, Earth, and Fire, which transforms him into 3 elemental creatures, giving him a really great advantage one-on-one against an opponent. Now, some exciting stuff. You ready for this? Last week, we complained about recent changes to Heroes of the Storm. Artifacts and talent gating, as it's called. Now, basically, Blizzard made the game grind-heavy and tough for players to easily compete. It seems our complaints, along with the rest of the community, did not fall on deaf ears. This week, Blizzard announced they have removed artifacts from the game. They said they were meant to give players additional options for their gold and something fun for them, but instead, players started voicing concerns about fairness issues, build issues, balance, and new player tension. Blizzard said it was very clear they weren't working as intended and have removed them from the game. Now, the other issue was talent gating, where in order to level up each hero, you have to level up each hero in order to unlock all the talents for that hero. Now, that is staying in the game, however, they've totally changed the experience curve. So everything will now unlock at level 4. So they've changed everything so you get there faster. So instead of taking 9 games of leveling, it should only take you 3 with a new hero. So they're trying to sort of slowly lead people into the talents, but it was just too slow. So there's still talent gating, but it's a lot more bearable than it was before. We want to know, what do you think about these new changes, sort of regressions and changes? Do you think it's a good direction that Blizzard is taking? Let us know down in those comments. All right, how about we talk a little Hearthstone?
Pull up a chair by the heart.
So the Plague Quarter released for Curse of Naxxramas, and we want to know how many of you played it. Did you play the Hunter Class Challenge and decide it was basically the best thing ever in the game? That's what Eldorian thought. Well, the Plague Quarter brought some cards to the meta, such as Lotheb and Sludge Belcher, which have been seeing a lot of play in control-heavy decks already. Now, next week, Blizzard will open up the Military Quarter, in which we'll probably see the Spectral Knight and Deathlord added to some popular decks. Now, last but not least, really exciting shit right here, alright? We wanted to just take a moment and welcome the upcoming new community representative for Hearthstone, our very own Robert Wing. Now, Robert has had to leave BlizzPro, conflict of interest, obviously, after being on the team since the beginning when we started back in May 2013. He was very active and instrumental in launching our Hearthstone site last August. Now, it seems his efforts did not go unnoticed, and Blizzard has hired him to take on the role as one of the community representatives for the Hearthstone team. He will be starting there in a couple of weeks, so you'll be seeing his blue post about then. Now, Robert will be missed and will leave a huge hole that we have to fill here at BlizzPro. But it's pretty fucking awesome that he'll be living out the dream job a lot of us would just love to have. Congratulations, Robert. So that does it for our show. Subscribe right here on YouTube, iTunes, BlizzPro.tv. You want to listen and subscribe to all of our awesome shows there. The Edge, West March Workshop, and the Hearthstone Power Hour. Me, I'm all over the internet. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr. I'm a Goodreads author. My book is available on Amazon. It's also on Nook. Now, if you have any questions, just email us at askthebeard@blizzpro.com. I really do read them myself. That's how it works, all right? And if you send us an email, I will make fun of you on the show. That's also how it works. And of course, you want to check out blizzpro.com. All the news, reviews, interviews, everything you need to know about Blizzard Entertainment games. Stay beardy, my friends.